Good day, fine people. A very warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining me once again. We're on the Commodore Amiga. My name is Nick, and this one is called AXEL'S Magic Hammer, which is published by Gremlin Graphics in 1990. It's a platformer game which also came out on the Atari ST. So we'll see how this one plays. I didn't know about this back in the day, and this is literally my first ever go. Hooray! I will edit down some of the loading times if there are any. This title screen doesn't bear much confidence, and maybe the game will get better as we go through. I mean, Gremlin Graphics, they're quite a big publishing house. Let's see how we go. So we start here, we're going around a map, and basically we must smash blocks, I think, with our hammer, a bit like Thor's hammer. Here we go. Yes. Sounds aren't great, first of all, so I guess we need to avoid those. It's looking quite basic initially. Up the top we got lives, then keys, then we've got power-ups that you can collect by smashing blocks, I think, and there's something else on the outside. Up the top I think the blue bar might be my time, and the red bar might be my energy, I think. But anyway, let's go. Oh god, that's a bit awkward scrolling. Anyway, so it's flip scrolling, sort of. Right, now, those question marks are blocks we can smash. A bit like Super Mario, I suppose, but not like Super Mario. Instead of bumping into stuff or landing on stuff to kill it, we hit it with our hammer. Now, that P, you can see at the top there, has gone to 46 or 45. Now I can fire stuff, and there's coins to collect, also a bit like a Super Mario, where great Giant Sisters. Right, go. Looks quite basic so far. I'm quite surprised. It feels very much like a public domain game, but it was published by Gremlin Graphics. What's going on here? 1990. Yes, it looks like it's been made with Amos as well, but I know that isn't the case. So at the moment then, although I've been playing it for literally a couple of minutes, it looks very, very, very bog standard. Let's see if I can move across here. Yeah, definitely play the Great Giant Sisters over this one, or Giant Sisters, however you call it. So we'll see how far we get. If you had this game, if you had this game back in the day, then let me know. How far did you get with it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? It doesn't seem worthy of a 16-bit release at the moment. Oops, what's that thing? Whoops, that was a smart bomb, I think. Okay, right. So, will I complete the first stage? I do not know. I don't know any cheats for this game. It's just you, this guy, with a crazy hammer. That's about it, really. 1990. Whoops, if you've played the Atari ST version, let me know as well. But there's not any real need, I can see at the moment, for tracking this one down. It's alright for public domain game, which it isn't. For commercial release, it's awful. Right, anyway, the controls aren't very precise either. I'm not enjoying that at all. Graphics could be a lot better. The sound effects aren't very good, and there could be a better music track involved in it. Now, sorry to be so cruel, but this is Commodore Amiga, folks, and the Amiga had quite a lot of good platformy type games. God, put this alongside Nicky Boom or any of them, really. And this just is not happening. It's not happening. If this was on the Commodore 64, it's not too bad, but it isn't. It's on the Commodore Amiga. There's an apple there. That's extra energy. Hooray for us. There's lightning coming down. It's a bit like Stonehenge meets Rome, this little bit here. Yeah, I can imagine some lemmings going over here trying to get to the exit point. I'll keep on playing. These reviews aren't about expert gameplay. They're about seeing how you would have found the game on your first or second go, and would there have been enough there for you to want to go back and play it again. In this case, I wouldn't have played it again. If I bought it if I bought it from the shop, I would have taken it back, saying there's something wrong with it. If I had it as a present, I would have cried myself to sleep, I think. So we've got fire going around here, doing something strange. Kaboom, kaboom, kasplat, kaboom. Let me know what you think about the games. You might disagree with me. You might think the game's brilliant and hold a lot of nostalgia. Nostalgia has a lot to do with these games. If you had this there as a kid, it might be bringing back a few memories, and you might have sunk a bit of time into this one. Playing as an adult with no memories of the game, I'm thinking this is one to miss, and one I won't really want to be going back to ever again. But it's good to see these games, see what's available, see what the good and the bad and the ugly was. This is pretty ugly. Right, there's a weird statue, and I've died. What a relief. Yes. The gameplay seems a little bit random. How do I get up the top there? Might be something I'm not quite doing. If you watch this far into the video, what is a pretty awful game, it might be a case that you like this kind of stuff, so please consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you want to see any other Amiga games, which we've done hundreds, click on the playlist. So to get there, you click on my username, then the playlist tab, and then Amiga or any other system you want to see what we've done. Boing, boing. Sound effects are very, very weedy. Looks like they've been taken from a library disc or something. Pretty basic stuff, pretty lazy. I don't think this game would have taken too long to create. I wouldn't be surprised as well if, although it says published by Gremlin Graphics, I wouldn't be surprised if one person did the whole of this game and sent it into Gremlin Graphics and they said, alright, we'll publish it then. It would have worked okay as a freebie, but, you know, not as a game on its own. I mean, remember Gremlin, around about this time they released Lotus Esprit Turbo Challenge, around about this time. I mean, what one would you pick? I don't know what the price of this was, but anything, it would have been a bit too much. It would have worked well as a cover disc, but nothing else. Okay, Gremlin. Biff, baff, boff, boff, boff. So let's just see if I can get off level 1 then. I'm quite intrigued to see if I can do this thing. Level design, well, sort of okay for what it is. Right, over those clouds. I don't seem to be able to make these jumps though. That's something to perfect, so something to learn there. So you're not going to get it immediately. There's a big worm. He's not going to cause too much trouble. He's going to walk onto this hammer, and he's dead. Unlucky worm. If you're a worm that's been splattered by a hammer, then comment below. What does that smiley face do? Don't know. Can I get that? Well, I can jump into it maybe. Let's check everything, see what that does. Doesn't seem to do anything. Maybe we got a bit of a bonus score there. So it helps you can jump across the top to get all these question mark stuff. As soon as you lose a life, of course, you lose all of your power-ups. Again, like the Great Giant Assistants, right? Which is, as I say, I keep going on about it, but that's a much, and 1,000 other muches better game than this thing. I'm starting to get a little bit bored now. I don't want the go to go on much longer, but we will do in case anything suddenly super exciting happens, but we secretly know it isn't going to. Jumping is imprecise, sound is poor. Yeah, so I try and say something good about it. I can't. Yes. Certainly one I would have copied over with another game if I didn't have any other discs available. Yeah. Not one to buy at full price, maybe to borrow off a friend who was trying to get rid of it. Yeah. Right, let's do a leap of faith here, can I? See what this goes? Right, so this must be, I don't know, middle of the stage. I don't like that scrolling that goes on there. Either do one or the other. Do a continuous scrolling where he stays in the middle, or do a flip screen where he just goes from one to the other. Don't do that bit like that. That's so annoying. As I got blown up again. Actually, you die, you get a small era invincibility. I'm sure that heart would have given me an extra life there. It's not varying a great deal in the gameplay so far. Put a thumping soundtrack on this, it might have been able to save it a little bit, but there's no thumping soundtrack at all. Yes, I don't think there's a sequel to this game. If there is, I certainly don't want to play it. But we don't just review the best games, or that would bring a lot more views. We review everything, the poor games, the mediocre games, everything we possibly can. So, you know, thanks to the members, so thank you to your member. Hopefully at one point we'll end up reviewing everything, bar the rude stuff, because we keep this channel to a family-friendly level, so you won't get any swearing here. If you want to watch it with your kids, that's quite okay to do so. What's that power up in the middle? It just says pop. How can I get there? Pop goes the weasels, according to that rhyme. I've only got a limited amount of these things I can fire, so I'm probably wasting them, but let's kill this killer fish. Oh, stay still, killer fish. Buff. I need another one now. Normally if a fish got hit by an axe, he'd be dead straight away. Oh, look at that. I've got the timing of a nincompoop here. Or a drunk person on a dance floor. Oh, come on. Perhaps this thing doesn't die. There we go. He exploded into a ball of flame, like fishes quite often do. Right. Off we go there. I could go across the top, see what that pop does. Probably say equally incredible, but I think I've just destroyed the ledge I need to jump on to get there. If you know a way of doing a big jump in this, let me know, because I must be able to get over the top a bit easier. But at the moment, There's probably a power-up I haven't got. At the moment, this bloke has got wheedly jumping. His hairstyle resembles a cow pat that's just he's just merged around his head. I'm sure that can't be the case, but it don't look like a proper hairstyle. You're the one to talk, Nick. Yeah, well. If you've got a cow pat for a hairstyle, then comment below. As that bloke dies again, game over. Continue. Well, against all my better judgment, I will have one last go. Timer, coins, health, aliens. It says there, all counting to naught. Right, let's do a speed run. Why am I having another go on this? I don't know. It doesn't deserve another go. Maybe it is good after all. No, it isn't. It's rubbish. It's absolutely. I won't be ever live streaming this. I don't think, unless I have a rush of blood to the head. Maybe I will. You know, it's as long as I'm doing stuff. Good. There's always a possibility. Maybe this game you need to get all the question marks so you're doing well. That's not much of a power up. It's just coinage, which is no good to no one. What I can make out. And I think we need to get some keys as well. Looking at that stuff across the top to unlock maybe a door at the end. Possibly there's an end level boss, but I very much doubt it. Looking at this, it's a cheap, bog standard, the smelliest bogs you can find. Game. Very bog standard, very Amos looking, very basic looking, not worthy of commercial release, but there it is. Right, boing, 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 boing. Right, I'm going across the top now. More weapons for me, 50. That's there's a timer there. What's that? That's going to be extra time, I would have thought. I don't know how I work these things out. What's the red bit? Or the blue bit, I mean. Yeah, blue bit is time, red bit is strength. Any of those go down, you've had it. Don't know how we get those question marks there. Maybe we can just drop down and forward. Let's just go forward. Oh, I could have got. Oh, there we go. Extra energy that's lost immediately. I've really lost the will to live with this game now. I've got 2 lives left, and that's too many. Boing. Right. There's some green frog things. Not causing too much problem. There's a bird trapped in there, guarding whatever that power up is, but we won't hang around to wait. Lightning, don't want that powering into your bottom. Where's that going? Don't know what the point of that ledge was. It seemed to be going absolutely nowhere. Probably you needed to get as high as you can to get up to there to get that smart bomb thing up the top. Anyway, I don't know why fire's doing a boing noise. Maybe it isn't a fire. Maybe it's a load of plastic, or maybe it's a dog toy. That's been thrown out. Dog toy of the goods. Right, crash helmet. That means we can smash stuff from below, I think. There we go. There we go. Smash stuff from below, like Mario. Boing, boing. Oh, man. How uninspiring is it? Maybe it's influenced a little bit by Alex Kidd as well, which is a much better game on the Sega Mega Drive and Master System as well before that. It's a poor Alex Kidd. It's a poor Super Mario. It's just poor all round, really. Very lackluster. It's not really doing too much stuff. Yes. I'm trying to say something good about it. As I said before, if it was come out on 8-bit, I would be a bit more enthusiastic about the thing. But it's 16-bit, and that should know a little bit better. It's a bit like, I don't know, a kid at playgroup going around on one of those wheelie cars is expected. This is a bit like a 19-year-old at playgroup going around on a wheelie car. Something feels a bit wrong. It's a bit older. Oh, where are we going here? It should know a bit better. We're in a secret place. Oh yes, a secret place. Well, that's the highlight of the video then. If you're still watching up to this point, well done you. You've seen the bit of the secret place. If you've seen up to the secret place, then maybe right. I've seen up to the secret place in the comment section below. Before you do it, you might want to check how many other people have said that. If there's no one, then you're the only person. And well done you. It's just me and you here then. And hello to you. No matter what the year is and all that sort of stuff. How did I get through here? Oh man. Caravan. At least my red hat's still there. It's covered up my cow pat of a haircut. And we're moving on up. Nothing can stop me, said Heather Small of M People. If you are Heather Small, then say what has you've done today to make you feel proud. Good. Oh, good. That's one life left. One life left. Ooh, ooh. Right. Let's go as far as we can. Cowpat haircut is back. Boing. Up to the roof. No, I've missed it. Just keep boinging along. See how far we can get to this thing. Yeah, I don't know what the reviews were like back in the day of this game, but I would have scored it maybe a 2 out of 10. It's pretty boring. It's pretty rubbish. It looks like an unfinished game, maybe a beta. Apologies if you're the writer of the game watching this, but you might think, with hindsight, because it was back in 1990, you might, 30 years ago or over, you might agree with me, you might not. But you might not have had much time, I know what the brief was, or you might have been just doing it as a game in your bedroom, not knowing it to be commercially released. Public domain, it's acceptable, as I say. Commercial release, especially by Gremlin Graphics, it's not acceptable whatsoever. Right, hang on a minute. Can we jump these two tuna flying fish again? We need to get across, or we could just jump into the water to end it all. Game over, continue. Not this time, Big Nose. Not this time. Well, I hope you liked having a look at that game. I won't be playing it again, I hope. It wasn't particularly good. So, yeah, a bit lackluster, a bit lacking in ideas. So, hope you liked having a look at that one. That was AXEL'S Magic Hammer on the Commodore Amiga, published by Gremlin Graphics in 1990. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.